I was just 20, fresh out of college, ambitious, hopeful, and newly hired at one of the most respected media companies in New York City. My name is Emily Carter. It was my first real job, and I was thrilled to be working under the leadership of Daniel Hayes, the 38-year-old CEO everyone seemed to admire. He was successful, confident, and always carried this magnetic air of mystery. I could never have imagined that he would become the reason my life turned upside down. We were in Chicago for a 3-day corporate conference. It was my first time traveling for work, and everything felt new and exciting. The company had booked hotel rooms for all of us. Mr. Hayes was professional, yet oddly focused on me. Too focused. He'd hold eye contact just a bit too long, ask me personal questions, and single out my ideas in meetings with glowing praise. After the final seminar that night, I returned to my room on the 12th floor. I took a shower, changed into my night dress, and curled up in bed with my laptop when the hotel phone rang. It was the front desk. "Miss Carter," the receptionist said, "Mr. Hayes asked us to deliver some documents to your room. He'll be there shortly." Confused and slightly uneasy, it was past midnight, I waited. 15 minutes later, a knock at the door. I opened it, and there he was. No assistant, no documents, just him. He smiled as if this was normal and walked in casually. His shirt was slightly unbuttoned, his eyes lingering in a way that made me uncomfortable. "I just needed a quiet place to talk," he said, closing the door behind him. "Talk about what?" I asked, my stomach tightening. He sat on the edge of my bed, leaned in, and said, "Emily, you're smart, beautiful, different. I've been watching you." I froze as his hand brushed mine. I stood up quickly. "Mr. Hayes, I think you should leave." But he didn't. He stood and took a step toward me. Then a loud knock on the door. I rushed to open it. It was Sarah, my coworker. She'd seen him heading to my room and felt something was off. Her presence changed everything. "Come with me, Emily," she said firmly. Mr. Hayes stepped back, putting on a fake smile. "Just checking on her, she's new." But Sarah wasn't buying it. That moment saved me. The next day, I went straight to HR. What I didn't know was that I wasn't the first. 3 other young interns had quietly left the company over the past year. No one had spoken up until now. Mr. Hayes was suspended pending investigation. I gave a full statement to legal authorities. My career took a hit, but something more important had taken root: courage. But I soon learned the story wasn't over. 2 weeks later, I received an anonymous email. No name, no signature. Just one line: "You don't know who you're fighting. Be careful what you choose to remember." That same night, I noticed a black car idling outside my apartment. It stayed parked for a while before driving off. When I reported it to the police, they couldn't do anything without proof. I started living in fear, checking locks, sleeping with the lights on, avoiding going out at night. Then one Friday evening, as I was about to enter my building, someone grabbed my arm. It was him. He looked nothing like the polished CEO from before. He looked unhinged. "You've ruined my life," he whispered. "Do you even know what you've done?" I pulled away. "You did that to yourself." His eyes narrowed. "You think you've won? That this ends with HR? You're just a pawn. They'll forget you. But I won't." He disappeared into the crowd before anyone noticed. That night, I broke down. The next morning, I packed a bag and left New York for good. I moved to Boston, got a job at a tech startup, and slowly began to rebuild. 6 months passed. The nightmares faded. I made new friends, none of whom knew my past. Until one rainy night, a courier envelope arrived. No name, no return address, just a USB drive. Against my better judgment, I plugged it into my laptop. A single file. Rewind. I clicked play. The footage was from a hotel security camera, the hallway outside my room the night of the incident. But then it changed. A second video played. This one, from inside my room. Hidden camera footage. It showed me stepping out of the shower, changing, sleeping. At the end, a shadow moved near the closet. A hand reached out and turned off the camera. I screamed. He'd been in my room even before that knock at the door. I called the police. This time, there was no denial. A secret investigation uncovered hidden cameras in 3 hotel rooms used by interns. Hayes was arrested, charged with illegal surveillance, harassment, and attempted assault. The evidence was irrefutable. He tried to deny it, but the footage spoke louder than anything he could say. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison. A year later, I stood on stage at a Women in Tech conference sharing my story. My voice was steady. My hands didn't shake. After my speech, a woman approached